guys, welcome to the channel of Eman Games. So I played pure Thunder Dragon this weekend and for the last few days on Dueling Book, and I think it's a really good deck right now because most of the hand traps people play are not against this deck. Like, nobody plays Bell anymore and you don't really care about Ogre and Vader. So yeah, and I was really bored to death of Sky Striker and Salamangreat. So for the next few weeks until the ban drops, I think I'm going to play pure Thunder Dragon, just because I'm having fun with it, and I think it's also really decent. So straight to the deck profile, I played 3 Dark and 3 Raw. So you know these guys of the Dangerous Thunder Dragon deck, but in this deck they are special because they're actually good draws if you have one of your enabler cards. And yeah, Raw is the more powerful one because he gets you started and special summons guys, allows you to link summon stuff, but Dark is the more consistent one because you can always get it to grave, like even on your opponent's turn. And yeah, those two are the powerhouses of the Thunder Dragon deck. Then I'm playing 3 of the OG. This one is not that great on its own, but if you're playing Titan, and I am playing 3 copies of Titan, it's really good because you can clear their board, clear all their back row, and they have to respond every time. It also allows you to just keep going and get your engine started if you don't have an hand effect yet. Then I'm playing 3 Hawk. That's the main guy who special summons your Thunder Dragons, and that's how you get multiple monsters on the field. 3 Matrix. I'm also maxing out on Matrix because just drawing many Thunder Dragon cards, that's what you want to do. Like, you want your hand to be 3 or 4 Thunder Dragon cards. And like, this deck operates on 2 card combos, but all combos become so much better if you open 3 cards. Like, if you have Solar and Hawk, it's already much better if you already drew this or this, because then you can switch something else. It's not redundant. Then I'm playing 1 Duo. This isn't that great in your opening hand, but it's really good as a search target for Thunder Dragon Fusion, because once you have your grave set up, you can get so much advantages of summoning 1 Duo because you search when you destroy something by battle, you trigger your Raw or your Dark, and you can just build a new board next turn if they somehow manage to clear your board. Then I'm playing 3 Solar as the only additional normal summon to Matrix and those tribute summons. It's the best starter card by far in the deck. It allows you to summon some summoner with the token, and yeah, it just gets you started. That's it for the monsters. Then I'm playing a lot of consistency spells like Gold Sark, Triple Allure, and Triple Instant Fusion, and also 2 Pot of Desires. So Allure and Instant Fusion are interesting because they're really good if you draw one of these 6 cards. They just allow you to trigger them immediately by banishing them for the Summon of Titan, or yeah, just banishing them. Really interesting about Allure is that people generally negate it. So if they have an Ash Blossom, they use it on Allure, if you start your turn with that. And then you're free to go with everything else, because this isn't really a resource. It's not a normal summon, it's not a once per turn effect. So if they Ash this, you're good to go with everything else. Only 2 Pot of Desires, because in this deck you can only resolve 1 per game. So I never want to see the second copy, even if I play Phantasme. Yeah, and then the last engine cards to Thunder Dragon Fusion. So my problem with the other combo decks right now, like Orcus and Dangerous Thunder Dragon, was that they can only play for 1 turn. So you either win in 1 turn or you lose in 1 turn. But this deck is like a combo deck, but you can grind against Sky Striker and Salamangreat. In fact, I was able to win every game against Sky Striker and Salamangreat, which wasn't a complete blowout by either side. Like, yeah, of course, if you break, you can't play for multiple turns, or if they just completely blow you out with 4 or 5 disruptions. But the other combo decks can't beat those openings as well. So, but if they have like an average opening, which only involves like 3 disruptions, you can play and then you can grind for a few turns, and Thunder Dragon Fusion is the card that allows you to grind. Then I'm playing non-engine cards. I'm playing 3 Called by the Grave, 3 Phantasme, 2 Ash, and 2 Ogre. So 30 engine cards, 10 non-engine cards. I'm playing 3 of these because they allow me to play and these stop my opponent, and I think allowing yourself to play is more important than stopping your opponent in this deck. Call by the Grave has a lot of applications right now, and it's also played by like every other meta deck that isn't a Second Light deck. And yeah, it's just really good. Like if you banish Failings, you allow your Dragon to destroy something by battle. If you banish Ray, all your Thundering guys are bigger than Sky Strikerling, so you can just run over them, and next turn you can pop their Ray with Titan, and they can't do anything about it. So it's really good in general. It's also really good to negate Ash Blossom. You don't really care about the other hand traps. Then Triple Phantasme. It's a dark target for Allure, so you have 10 in total with 3 Phantasme, 6 of these guys and the Duo. And there are also some interactions in this deck which makes it special. So you have Thunder Dragon. Usually you only ever want to have 1 Thunder Dragon in your hand, and the other 2 should be in your deck, banished or in your grave. But if you have Phantasma, you can search 2 on turn 1, and when you summon Phantasma next turn, you just shuffle 1 of them back and have only 1 in hand again. So you always have your engine going. There's also the interaction with Dragon Dark, so if you go second and you open both of these, you use Phantasma as the first channeling or as the previous channeling, and then this after that, so you get this to grave and search another copy. Special summon Phantasma and draw 2 cards, and then you look at your hand. If your hand needs the Dragon Dark, like if you have Allure or Instant Fusion, you can keep it, and if you don't need it, you just shuffle it back, but still have 1 in grave. So you have your grave set up, but you don't have the brick in your hand. Yeah, and then only 2 of these, because I want to play 40 cards. I also think drawing 2 of 1 of these is really bad. Like if you draw 2 Ash, it's really bad, and 2 Ogre is also really bad. And in general, I think I didn't want to play too many hand traps because I was more focused on Salamangreat and Sky Striker, and you don't need hand traps to beat them. You can just beat them with your engine and these alone. But yeah, I wanted to make my deck a bit better against combo decks, and that's why I included them. Ogre is also really interesting in this deck because the only way you lose against Sky Striker is multi-roll, and this destroys multi-roll. And in general, I also didn't want to have too many of these hand traps, because if you negate their hand trap with Call by the Grave and you have your own Ash Blossom, it's really weird, because you blank your own card. So let's go to the extra deck. I'm of course playing 3 Titan and 3 Colossus. These are your main guys. You need to play 3 Titan because with Instant Fusion, you summon your first Titan turn 1 and link it off, and if you don't have fusion, you will only have 2 Titan left. Yet, like you can summon this third Titan, the second Titan by banishing 1 Thunder from your hand as well. But if you didn't have fusion that turn, you will have no Titans left if you only play 2. So I played the third one as well. And also, if you play 3, you never have to worry about shuffling back Titans. You can always shuffle back other stuff with your fusion. Then I'm playing 2 instant fusion targets, Thousand Eyes and Kaminari Attack. This one is to start your combos and to link summon, and this one is also really good because you can remove Sky Striker monsters without triggering Ray, or you can remove Colossus, or it's now to Inspector Border, stuff like that. 1 Link Rebo for Thousand Eyes and for Matrix. 2 Summoner, it's the main guy, which you summon turn 1, so your turn 1 end board is either triple Colossus or 2 Colossus and 1 Titan. And yeah, that's just how you get to link zones. But going second, actually, you don't need to summon this card because Sky Striker, Shizuku, Sunlight Wolf and Skull Red give you zones you can use. And you can always link into the zone of Sunlight Wolf generally, because you don't really care about what they get back. Then 1 Phoenix, 1 Unicorn and 1 Borload as removal cards. You don't summon them that often because Titan does the job, but if they have something that can't be outed by Titan, like a Colossus, you need to use these guys. And the last extra deck card is something spicy. It's number 68. And this card, you summon it with 2 Colossus or with 1 Colossus and Duo. and it says that your opponent can't summon monsters from either player's... No player can summon monsters from either player's graveyard until the end of your opponent's next turn. So, after clearing the whole Salamangreat board, because all your monsters are bigger than theirs, like you can just run over them, clear your whole board. Then, because Colossus doesn't do anything after turn 1 against that deck, you overlay into this guy, use the effect, and they will have Spinning Engrave, Foxy Engrave, Jaguar Engrave, maybe a Will, and you don't care about any of these because they can't use them and they don't have a follow-up play. Even if they have Gazelle in hand, they can only summon like a Link too, but not that much. And you can still play next turn because you probably have Fusion Engrave or Hawk or Druid or something in hand. So that's how you beat Salamangreat going second. Side deck, I'm playing some cards against combo decks, like 3 Draw and the third copies of the hand traps. I'm playing 1 copy of Dankosek. I don't think it's that good right now, that's why I don't play 3, but it's still good to have the option. So if you go first against Sky Striker, for example, you side this in, and it's always good to have in your deck, because you can search it with Fusion, and if you draw it, it's also fine. Because even if you only summon 1 Colossus, they can't kill you next turn, you have the Dankosek. 3 Toon Twister and 3 Evenly Match. So I think Evenly Match isn't really played right now by other decks, but I think in this deck in particular it's good, because Sky Striker has to commit against you to survive, and if they commit, you have the Evenly Match. It also outs Floodgates, like Floodgates outs are really important. And last of all, this deck never has like continuous or field spell cards on the field, so it's more likely that this card is live mid-game than in other decks, where you can have like a field spell or use this continuous spell card on the field. And the last card in my side deck are 3 copies of Rivalry. I wanted to have something going first against Orcust and Danger decks, because they don't care that much about Colossus, and Titan alone wasn't enough, I think. And yeah, this card is insane against Orcust. Like, I even cite this in going second against Orcust, because even if they Azathoth me, this can clear their whole board and they can't do anything about it. And it's also really good against Sky Striker if they set up backward removal, so you have this as a floodgate and they can't play even if they have the outs to Colossus, but they usually don't. And yeah. And this is also good against the Danger Thunder Dragon deck, because they have all different types. That's my deck. I think, I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to play this deck for the next few weeks as well, and I'm going to explore some more tech cards, like Gustav Max and the Juggernaut. And yeah, thank you all for watching. I hope you liked this video, and leave a comment or like the video. And of course, don't forget to subscribe for more competitive Yu-Gi-Oh content.